Hey guys, welcome back. So we made our sugar skulls, which I actually like how they turned out. They're pretty awesome. I didn't do the bottom because I figured what's the point. So now we're going to do the cauldron cakes. So let's get all our pieces out. Oh yeah, you get a little knife. And we got sprinkles, we got the handles. I might need to back you up a bit. There we go. So that's the stand for them. I have, our adorable little cupcakes. Two, 3, 4. Now I know I did molds of these. I haven't tested them out. It's going to be for another time. I just happen to have a few too many projects that I'm working on and need to get done. So I have a present for my mom that I gotta actually build here. So that's my next priority after I finish the honeydukes here. So I actually might do it before I do my mix of the slugs, quills, and all that craziness. Just to make sure I get it done before her birthday. Alright. So I do have a video of doing these before, so if you've watched that, great. If not, here we go again. So you get your little spoon handles and cauldron handles. And my cat has found something to play with. Oh, no, that's glitter. No touching. Apparently I dropped a thing of glitter on the floor. It's the last thing I need. Luna covered in glitter. That's a terrifying thought. Oh yeah, you're taped. Da, 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 da. Okay, if you heard that bang, and she almost knocked my potion classroom over. Jeez Louise. Luna's gone a little crazy today. Just a little. It's probably because I've been cooking all day and she's feeling a little neglected, maybe. So I'm going to start by putting them in here. Just find it nicer this way. Alright. Nice and yellow, and you can't see what I'm doing. Alright, so you want to make sure you hide the little ends. So when you put it in, you gotta kind of shuffle it a bit. Now, I'm gonna tweezer the spoon handle. Just because it looks a bit better. Just try to cover it up a bit. So one, it looks a little better, a little more realistic. And then I'll take you off the table. Ah! Dang it. Get back in there. Cauldrons. Okay. I'm going to put the Oh, the handle tipped. Okay, we got one. I think I'll just do them all and put them all on the thing at the same time. Okay. That's a lot of icing, more than I wanted. Okay. Happens in mini making and in real life. All right. Actually, I just had a really happy baking trip to the store. People that have been around for a while, like I have, know that we used to have Betty Crocker icing, used to have a rainbow bit icing. And it was honestly my favorite store-bought icing because it had the little rainbow chips in it, kind of like the Dunkaroos. Well, we haven't had rainbow bit icing in Canada in a very long time. And I actually found a store in Edmonton a few years ago that was bringing it in from the States, which I was super excited. And I had bought some. And then, of course, eventually you don't always remember to go to that store because you don't live in that city. So I hadn't had any for a really long time. And it turns out it's now back and it's advertised as Dunkaroo frosting. So it is now available. And I bought some so I can make a cake. And I've been so busy with meal prepping these last few days. It's been made a giant pot of chili, or I should say 2 giant slow cookers full of chili. And then, so we got chili, this awesome broccoli and cauliflower side veggie recipe that my mom makes. It's delicious. So I made a bunch of that, so we have a side veggie ready to go. I just made 2 giant slow cookers full of sauce today and made like 88 meatballs. So we got 11 meals of meatballs for probably till Christmas at this rate. And then I gotta make lasagna tomorrow. And there's still a few other things I'm working on, but just been really busy because when you cook, there's always a lot of dishes. But this way, with meal prepping, it's nice because you don't have all the piles of dishes to do when you're done. Alright, I'm gonna set you here. Put the lid on the sprinkles. Ooh, I could use these. Make a haunted bunny cake. Anyway, so while we're here, I might as well do this one. I think is frizzing whizbees. Yeah. So I might as well do this guy. So this is my second batch of frizzing whizbees that I've got. Everything else has been Ooh. I had a lot of chocolate frogs, I will say. And I was worried that I wouldn't get any. And those are the ones that I, like, wanted the most. Because you can't get any more classic than a chocolate frog. I actually remember in the first Harry Potter computer game, you had to collect the cards. You were going around and you'd randomly find them in your journeys. So they give you the plastic container. But it does come as some assembly required. Wait. I know there's instructions. I used to put boxes together like this all the time. Oh, it doesn't even go over the bottom. Well then. My brain needs to work. My brain has been braining too much today. So let's just fold the pieces so I can actually fold them. You go, no. That does not feel right to me. Oh, maybe that's why. I think my brain has just had it with all the tiny, tiny boxes that I've been, or boxes in general, from, tilt you down, boxes from moving, so. I guess it doesn't matter too much since you shove it into here anyway. So you just gotta wiggle the pieces back and forth for the plastic box, otherwise they don't like to open and close. Tweezers. And then it's ruby chocolates. This is one that I do like the little nozzle for. I'm just gonna give the cauldron cakes a little bit more time. I find when you put sprinkles on stuff, it kind of takes a little longer because the light doesn't always get in as well with sprinkles on top. Ooh. All right. So these guys are pretty straightforward, kind of like any of the other mold ones, really. Oh, look, it's full of air. That's helpful. So I do recommend using a toothpick to help spread them out. It does help. And because these ones are a lot smaller than the frogs, you do make quite a few. I might actually pull up my other mold here. Might fill both of them and then stick them under the UV light. Alright, looking good. And it's getting a lot closer to back to school. So I'm thinking after make a bunch of lasagnas tomorrow that I will do some planning. LA is not bad because I have a lot of stuff that's already kind of planned, and it's easy to work stuff down to a lower grade level. And I know, like, one of my big focuses is going to be writing this year. And because that's an area the kids some really had issues with, some really got it. But they should be able to write a paragraph by grade 4, by the end of grade 4, so that's going to be our goal. Alright, so we're going to check the cauldron cakes while I throw these guys in. So, I'm going to poke. Yeah, see where the sprinkles are still a little spongy. So, I'll throw these back in. I'm going to throw out the sprinkles on them though. And like I said, that kind of... I find that really happens when you have sprinkles on things, is that it takes a little bit longer to cure. But, so the only ones I don't have are, of course, the rares. And it doesn't sound like anyone's really gotten rares. I haven't seen any posts on my group. I have seen posts of people asking if they've had rares, if people have had rares, so. But nothing concrete, so we'll have to play the waiting game and see if any actually show up. And you should be over in here. Okay, so this will be the last honeydukes video for a little bit till I have the what do you call them, appliance things that I want to do that are going to go with my honeydukes. So I will definitely be doing those. But as I said, I need to work on a birthday present first. And then I'm going to work on hopefully the appliances. But let's be honest, when my other stuff comes in, I might be temporarily distracted. Because they're pretty fun too. Alright. Organizing my life. Well, things are curing. Put all my honeydukes boxes in here. Oh, that was a good crack, guys. I'm gonna put... yeah, I'll worry about that after. Alright. So, fizzing whizbees are down here now. Alright. Just throw the cauldrons in for a few more minutes. So, They do look really cute. I mean, like little bees. So, I mean, if you're like really talented with a paintbrush and have a lot of patience, you could probably paint them to look like bees. And that would actually be really cute. I don't know if I'd be a person that has that kind of patience. I say that now, but someday I might. So that's one tray. Let's just pop you out. Don't you dare, Luna. She's trying to jump up on the stuff behind me, that little monster. Okay, so 2 trays is about half the box. So let's keep filling. I feel like you can get 4, if I remember correctly, I got like 4 trays out of this when I did it the last time. Alright. Try squeezing from the other way now. I also know at some point, pretty soon, I'm going to be over at my parents' doing some labor. I kinda bought them this gazebo-y style shelter thing for their deck from Costco. Fun fact, freakishly heavy because it's all solid wood, which I did not know or did not really fully click into my brain when we were looking at it. I knew the posts were solid, which I was like, that's good. Grand Prairie has crazy wind. And then we got it onto the dolly at Costco. And after we got it on the dolly, I realized there's no way that me and Jordan can do this on our own. So I called some friends for backup. And they came right on over to Costco. We got it. Got it in. And everything. And then we got it to my parents, and my dad had a furniture dolly, so they got it into the backyard pretty much quick and painless. But yeah, I'm going to be assisting in its assembly. So that'll be a good time. It'll be really entertaining, I think, to a point. Because that's kind of reminds me of when we built the shed last year. It'll definitely be a memorable experience again. But on the plus side, they are pretty durable from what I've heard. Which is one of the issues in Grand Prairie with the wind. You definitely, if you're going to buy something like this, you want to make sure you get a pretty strong, decent one. Otherwise, yeah, it's going to be totaled and destroyed from the wind. And nobody really wants that. Because if you're going to go to all that effort of putting up a thing, you want it to actually work and stay and not have to replace it every couple of years. Avalanche. And then, yeah, before you know it, it's going to be back to school, and I really don't know where the summer has gone. Because kids, we go back on the 28th this year. So it's definitely earlier. And I know some of the kids were not impressed when we were talking about it. They really didn't want to go back earlier. And then they were a little more excited when they found out that meant they got to be done a little earlier for school, but it's still kind of rough. So we go back on the 25th. So in 20 days I go back to work. Ugh. Saying that out loud just kind of depressing. Okay. So here's another batch. I don't know if there's enough left to do anymore, but we'll try it out and see. But let's pop all these guys out. I feel like I had some that didn't fit in the box last time, so. Okay, so 3 trays. Whenever I read about the fizzing whizbees, they always kind of reminded me of like something like a pop rock, where it like goes all fuzzy in your mouth. Well, I guess like tingly and poppy. Yeah, okay. That's a box. So, oh yeah, this goes in like that, and then you close the lid. So, I don't know, let's see. Can I squeeze any more out? Oh, look, I can. So this would be the 5th tray. So you actually do get to make quite a few of these. I think this is going to be the last. So I'm going to make some extra of the fizzing whizbees, but maybe do some different colors, because I think that would be kind of cool. Alright, so I'm going to cure these, and that'll be it for this episode. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.